Thanks for tuning in to the Mystical Truths podcast. This is Rebecca. I haven't done an episode for a little while because two reasons, really. One, my grandkids wanted to play a lot this summer, and that comes first. And also, I just wasn't feeling it. And one of the things I teach is if you're not feeling it, don't do it. So kids are back to school. I'm feeling it. Here we are. And in perfect timing, of course, because just recently I was thinking a lot about everything we hear about manifestation and getting what you want, your desires and law of attraction. And, there's just so much that we hear. And I thought to myself, and then I sort of thought in the direction of source, like, what does it boil down to? What are like the must do's? Because there's just a lot of data, a lot of information, and I get it. I understand a lot of it, but I feel like I need to get some stuff out of the way and just take it to its core. And, I immediately got the feedback, you already know, write it down. So I thought, okay. So I started writing, and I ended up writing down 12 points that are the must-dos. Do's. We must do these. And we often don't do these. We talk about them, but we don't actually do them. None of the fluff stuff, just the real bottom line. And then I decided, well, you know what? I want to talk about this with other people regularly to keep us all on track, because consistency is vital. I mean, that's the whole key. That's the big deal, consistency. And we can't just do this for like 10 or 15 minutes a day and that's it. I mean, you can, but there's a better way. So I decided to offer for now, 12-week talk by Zoom. Anybody that wants to join in, let me know. You're welcome. I'll send you a link. You can join in every Sunday, some Sundays, whatever you want to do, to talk about this so that we can cover these in a little bit more of an interactive way, in a fun way, and listen to each other's stories or ideas and keep each other consistently attracting the things that we really want to attract. So I put that out there, and that's going to start this Sunday. Today is I guess I should have done this episode a week ago, but I wasn't feeling it. Today's August 21st, 2025. The first one will start this Sunday, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to join in, email me, and I'll tell you how to do that at the end of the episode. And I'll send you the link, and I'll also send you the notes with the actual points that I laid out, plus a little bit of notes for them, so you can have that basic core stuff. So anyway, so I put that out there. That's going to run. It's wonderful. And then the other day, I was sitting here and I just felt like I wanted to look through this list, because even though there are only 12, I still felt like it had to be, just, I don't know, less or something. And so as I'm looking through them, I was shown there's really only one. There's really only one. So the other ones are just kind of how-tos for the one do, the one must do. So I rearranged the notes, and it really makes beautiful sense now. There's this one must do, and all of the other points support that, give you more information about how to do that do, and just give you the meat, to go with it. So I want to run through this now, for those of you that can't join in on the Sundays. And if the Sundays go well and we want to keep it going at the end of the 12 weeks, we'll just keep it going. If another time or day works out better for everybody, then we'll switch it. But I just want to kind of get that ball rolling and give everybody that wants to the opportunity to, for free, no charge, tune in, learn, and maybe change your life. Because we have to do something if we want things to change. So this would be a good thing to do. So the one do is get in the vibrational space where what you want, what you love, what you desire already exists. That's the thing. Get in the vibrational space where it already resides, where it already vibrates, where it's already active and can be then visual, manifestable into your world. Because if you think it, if you desire, we're thoughts are real things, right? We're on the leading edge of thought here. So when we have a thought, that now is real. It's a real possibility in your world, which is good to know, but we need a little bit more information. We need a little deeper understanding of that. And this is all easy. None of this is difficult. None of it is, we're already doing it anyway. But we're doing it often in ways that don't produce what we want. They just keep producing what we already have or what we don't want. So that's what I want to clean up with this is how can we consistently or consistently enough be in the vibrational space where that thing lives long enough that it shows up. And one thing that happened to me recently that really clarified this as well is I was driving across a bridge and I just had this weird thought. Like, I wonder, like, what's that like when a bridge collapses and you're on it? Of course, that must be bizarre. But I started just, as I was thinking about it, watching where I was at on the bridge and if the bridge would collapse now. And I was glad I was still moving because I was getting closer to the other side. And it would be maybe better the closer I was to the other side. And I'm thinking, so if it collapsed, the bridge would fall this way. And this is all playing out in my daydreaming kind of way. And I'm thinking I would open my window before it hits the water. I would, just all these things that you hope you can quickly do. I'm imagining my vehicle landing in a way that I can get out and that I can grab onto part of the bridge. I didn't want to be in the water. So I'm just thinking what it would be like to get over to the edge of the water and get up onto land. Would I float on something? Would I be able to crawl across something? Would I swim in that dirty river if my life depended on it? And then I'm seeing myself in the grass on the other side, looking at everything that just happened and waiting for the rescue people to come. And as I'm thinking this, I thought, okay, wait, hold on now. Stop thinking that because we don't want to create that, right? But more importantly, that's exactly how we create. Now, I'm not going to give that any more attention other than to share the story with you, so I'm not bringing it into my world. But it was a good, and I'm sure it was inspired by the other side, a good way to have me see in real time what being in the vibrational space means. When you're in your thoughts, in your feeling, in your visualization, you're daydreaming, or are you in that vibrational space? That's how. And so you can see how we're doing this all day long, every day. When you plan a trip, a vacation maybe, as you go through your day, you don't sit for 10 minutes every day and put nice music on and visualize your trip. Not that that's not a good thing, but you just automatically start to think about elements of that trip as you go about your days. You're thinking about what you'll pack, where you might want to go when you're on that trip, what this might be like, how fun it'll be to see this thing that you've never seen before. You're thinking of all these, which toiletries you're going to take with you, how you're going to maneuver to get there, and what that's going to be like. We can make that a really fun thing, or we can start to worry that our plane will be delayed, or that this will be too expensive, or that won't be available, or there's going to be crabby people there, or I heard that it's really hot and humid, and we can start creating that. That's still planning, it's still pre-paving, it's still manifesting. But usually we don't. Usually we think because it's vacation, we think some happy thoughts and it plays itself out well. So since we're already doing this, why not add a little bit of juice to it and amp up your expectation and just think about that thing or those things that you want to make different, real in your world. So I'll give you some of the other supporting data. One is live the dream right now. Instead of thinking when this happens or if it happens, think about it like it's right now, like right now. When you think about that vacation, you're thinking about it in real time. Even though you know it's out there in physical time, you're thinking about it as if it's real right now when you're planning for it. And that's why over the years, you probably heard people say, if you want a new car, see yourself in the car, smell the new car smell, um, feel the steering wheel, look out its windows, look at the dashboard, physically go to a car dealership and sit in the car, make it as real as possible. Those are just nice ways to get you into the vibration of it right now. Whether you own it or not, you're still in the car, and then you being in the car will become a thing. Another one is see yourself and your life through the eyes of Source. Source wants you to have everything that you want. That's called eternity. That's called creation. So if you want it, Source wants you to experience it, then where's the holdup? We are the holdup then. So love yourself, relax, take some nice deep breaths and talk nice to yourself. Remind yourself why the better health that you want, or the relationship that you want, or the pet that you want. Remind yourself why you deserve that and why it's such a good idea. Another one is practice appreciation. Not so much gratitude, because the other side tells us gratitude's a great thing, but it has pain in it. I'm so grateful that I have food or I'd be starving, right? I'm so grateful that I at least have a place to live. I could be homeless. So instead, appreciation just has appreciation. That's all. There's no struggle in it. So appreciate whatever you can all day long. Look for things to appreciate. Also, affirm your beliefs. Like, use positive statements that back up what you want and why you want it and how you'll have it and how it's already real. It's already available. The other side tells us, as far as, our bodies go, our bodies can heal very easily and very quickly. But we don't believe that, so that generally isn't the case. So say that to yourself. Not my body will. My body does heal itself. Well, we know it already does that. If you get a cut, it'll take care of itself. My body knows how to regenerate new cells because it's doing it all of the time. The body that you're in right now isn't the same body you had 10 years ago. The cells are different. Your red blood cells are only have a lifespan of 28 days. Other cells much longer than that. But there's not a cell in the body that is the original that you were born with. Another one is trust that everything is working out for you. You hear me say this a lot if you've listened to this podcast over the last, I think it's been 2.5, 3 years, maybe. Because there's honey in everything. Absolutely everything. Somebody just said to me recently in a call that there's a movie project that she has invested in, and as the executive director, producer, or something like that, I don't know. There's certain decisions that she should be making along that line. Well, I guess they put this together and pretty much handed it to her in a done package. And she was feeling some sort of way, wondering why didn't I have more input? I could have enhanced this. She said, it's good, but I could have made it better. And she said, what do I do with the sort of disgruntled or maybe, just upset feelings that I have about that? And I said, don't assume that this is not a good thing. Trust that there's honey in this for you. Know that there must be a reason why this played out the way it did. Maybe more people will be making comments like, well, if you would have let her work on this, it would have been even better. Maybe because she had been saying through the summer that she wanted less to do. Well, life helped her out with that, gave her less to do. So why complain about something that we put out there? Just happened in a way she didn't expect it to, that's all. And then some extra really helpful tips for making what you want real in your life is to clarify. Be specific about what you want. The other side tells us be as specific as you can, as long as it feels good. If you start to not feel good, you feel a little off as you're getting specific, then you're hitting a raw nerve. Just back up and be more general. But so for example, let's say you want to be, let's say, the CEO of a company that really lights up for you. You just really want to be the CEO. And you really wish that somebody would just offer you the position. And that could be a good thing just like that. But what if you're being honest with yourself, what if it would be better if you took a lower position and then a little higher position and then took the CEO position? Because you would gain the experience of those, you would gain more knowledge about the company, whatever it is. Sometimes we think we want to shoot high, and then it feels off. And so we kind of work against our own creation. The next one is take inspired action. People say, well, I can't just sit on a couch and wait for these things to manifest into my life, which is true. But the other side again tells us, let it light up for you, though, before you take action. If you don't feel like doing something, like I said earlier, then just don't do it. There's a reason for that. If it feels really good, that's inspired action. If it feels like this is a good time, now I really want to do this, or I want to go there, or I want to meet this person, or I want to add water to my diet because I don't drink any water. Not me. I drink water all day long. I'm just saying if that's your thing, and you feel like adding that, now's the time. Another is release doubts and limited beliefs. And that's just something that people throw out there, right? Release your doubts. Get rid of your limiting beliefs. So what does that really mean? It means you have to use self-talk. It means you have to talk yourself into new habits of thought. If your go-to is to doubt something or to feel defeated or like it's impossible, sure, it happens for other people, but not me, then you have to rethink those, re-talk those to yourself until you get more comfortable in that, until it's just your norm to, or more often at least your norm, to think that things can happen for you or that you don't know how it's going to come about, but you're not doubting it. The next one is just prefer a high vibration. Just prefer that. I like to feel good. I like to think thoughts that feel good to me. Say those things to yourself and then do that on purpose. Think thoughts that feel better. Have you ever noticed some days you get up and you're already in sort of a mood and nothing's even happened yet? Or by the time you get to you're fine till like an hour and a half into your day. And you don't even realize it, but you're thinking thoughts that are negative or not helpful, or you're replaying conversations that were not happy ones. You're remembering things that weren't good, right? You're creating. So if you prefer a high vibration, feel good on purpose, think on purpose. Another one is connect the dots. Like, give yourself credit for the improvement. And this is something I didn't do for a long time. With my intuition, with my manifestation stuff, things would improve, but I didn't connect the dots that it was because of how I was changing my habits, how I was changing my thoughts, and I was preferring a higher vibration and all the things we just talked about. Notice when things are improving, because they improve in increments. What you want doesn't necessarily show up all in one moment. Sort of like the other side says, this is an Abraham quote, you'll be ready to be ready to be ready to be ready. And then you're ready. And then once you're ready and the thing happens, now you want more because we're eternal and we're here to create. So there should always be more. So when you get what you want, you form new preferences and now you want other things or more things or whatever. And that's a good thing. It's supposed to be that way. And then the last one is let go of the outcome. Let go of how you think this is going to be put together or how you think it should be. And that takes us to trust, right? Trust and allow the synchronistic stuff of life to work its magic. Because to us, it looks like magic. To all of creation, it's simple stuff. So we have to be willing to say, okay, I'm doing well at creating what I want regularly into my life. And honestly, find people that can help you stay on track with that. People that will have nice conversations with you, people that will talk about the stuff that's good that's happening, or the stuff that is nice that is wanted, not the what ifs. Ugh, what if? Or did you see that? People love to talk about drama, but the negative drama is not helping their good manifestations anyway. So we let go of the outcome. We just self talk ourselves into trust. And then let yourself be surprised and delighted by the way things show up, how many things show up, the ease of this change, this change, this change. As far as, maybe better health goes, they tell us that, when you're doing this, you're not trying to improve your health. You're just in a space where really nice health for you exists. This is where the inspired action comes in. Instead of like motivating yourself to do certain exercises or eat certain things or don't eat certain things or take supplements or whatever it is, instead of motivating yourself, allow yourself to be inspired, because then you'll be inspired to the things that are a good fit for you in good timing for you. See how that works? So, as I said, if you would like to join in on the Sunday evening Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time talks, reach out to me. My email is Rebecca, REBECCA, at mysticaltruths.com. You can join in. If you're hearing this 2-3 weeks from now, you can still join in. If you're hearing this a year from now, check in with me. We may still be going at it. If not, maybe it would be time to start it up again. Get everybody back on track if anybody has gone off track. It's a big world. I see how easy it is to listen to these conversations, to really feel like you're on track, and you are, and then the stuff out there in the big world of contrast can sort of, not that it's doing it, but we can allow ourselves to be derailed or go off course a little bit. So it's nice to have somewhere to touch base. So whether it's this or something else, I recommend that. So I hope this conversation has helped you or enlightened you or whatever. I appreciate you. You can find me at mysticaltruths.com.